Hey guys, this is Booligan with Airsoft Your Treat, BooliganAirsoft.com and Airsoft Insider Magazine. Today, as you can see, I've got a flashlight on my head. This is the newest flashlight from Nitecore. You may recall that I previously reviewed their P25 Smilodon tactical flashlight, a link for which is going to be in this video. Now, this is their newest headlamp. It is designed to be worn outdoors, whether we're on a car. I mean, there are a ton of different situations where you could use a light strapped to your head. This is a fantastic option for those looking for a reason to strap a light to their head. We're going to go ahead and take a look at some of the features of this on the bench. The Nitecore HC50 is a purpose-designed headlamp that includes this fully adjustable head strap system, a rubber mounting device, I suppose you could call it, that allows you to attach it to the straps, and an all-aluminum unibody construction. It is designed with integrated cooling ribs in it so that it will basically not get too hot and cook itself. Nitecore flashlights do tend to run a little hot, and that is generally because they are eminently powerful. They are very, very bright. This model itself, which can run off of two CR123 or one of their large, I believe it is called an 18650 battery, is rated at 565 lumens with that 18650. It is adjustable from 1 lumen, just one, for 400 hour output, all the way up to 565, which will run for an hour and 15 minutes off of a full battery. That is just for the main bulb. The two secondary bulbs are red, and they run for a long time as well and have different modes. There's only one button to operate it, but it is a two-stage camera shutter style button. A full press turns the flashlight on, and by pushing the secondary button, or by pushing it halfway, you cycle through the different brightness modes. So from 1 lumen all the way up to the turbo 565 lumen output mode. To access the HC50's flashing functions, you simply turn on and push the power button completely twice, quickly. You have slow flash mode, beacon mode, and SOS mode. To exit out, simply compress it fully. You have 100 degrees of output, and it is designed to swivel 90 degrees up and down so that you eliminate any blind spots from lighting. To turn it back off, simply give it a solid push, and that will turn it back off. One slight issue that I've run into occasionally, I'll accidentally half push it a little bit when trying to turn it off, and when I go to turn it back on, sometimes it's not in the chosen mode. It just requires you to be a little bit firm when you push that button down. To access the red lights from an off position, press and hold until the red lights come on. Red lights are useful for map reading if you don't want to lose your natural night vision, for slightly more discreet lighting, and it also, by pushing it half, will blink. Another push brings it back to that, and to turn it off, simply click it all the way. In order to insert a battery into your HC50, you unscrew the end cap, and as you can see, I've got one of their big old 2300 milliamp hour 18650s, which is what I used in my P25 review. It is a fantastic battery, 3.7 volts, 8.5 watt hours. It's great. Unfortunately, there are no onboard systems to charge this battery with the HC50, so I have to charge mine in my P25 using the USB system. The cap is kind of interesting. As you can see, it's not centered in there. So the cap's got this little post that you line up with this hole. There you go. Which allows you to screw it in. The HC50 is considered waterproof. It can be submerged up to 2 meters, and it is impact resistant up to 1.5 meters of drop height. The thing's really well built. There's really not a whole lot to go wrong with it physically. So the thing's one solid chunk of anodized aluminum. It's got gold-plated circuits inside, and it's really pretty compact. Doesn't weigh too much, about 125, 130 grams. When it's on your head, you don't notice it too much. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit more about some of its output, some of its performance, and then we'll take a look at it outside. Alright, now that you've seen how the flashlight functions, let's talk a little bit about its performance. I will be posting some performance information as the form of a slide in this video because, frankly, Nitecore does a lot more testing than I can with flashlights. I can just tell you how it looks, how it feels, but I do not have the capabilities to measure lumen or anything like that. I will say that it is extremely bright compared to most of the headlamps that I have used. And compared to the P25 Smile-It-On, obviously it's not that bright because that thing is a tiny little, almost 900 lumen powerhouse. Let's go ahead and take a look outside, see how this thing does in low light situations. We'll be comparing it to a couple of other flashlights as well. Okay, we're going to go ahead and test out the HC50 by Nitecore. It is on its highest setting. As you can see, it is very much an area type beam versus a spot beam, but it still does have a pretty good throw distance. My camera just doesn't pick up distance very well, unfortunately. Let's compare it with the replica Scout light. See, this is obviously much more of a spot lamp type unit. Again, Nitecore. Much more broad compared to the replica Scout light. Also, you can see the red lights. Again, doesn't have a lot of power behind it, but enough that you can make out some details if you were to use it to read a map or something like that. Alright, so there you have it. If you're in the market for a headlamp, the HC50 by Nitecore is a fantastic option and can certainly work well for most people's use if you're in the market for a headlamp. It will not work well on most helmets, mainly because of the straps. You have to kind of jerry-rig a way to get it on there solidly to keep it from flying off the front. But if you're using a hat for low light ops, if you just need a light that you're not holding in your hands, it's a lot easier than holding one in your mouth, that's for sure. So be sure to check out all my reviews, BooliganAirsoft.com, Airsoft Retreat, and of course, thanks for watching.